We are reading text 7. Yes, I did text 8, so I am doing text 7. They can hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So, discussing text 7 and from instruction. We can start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Text 7 at instruction. Sat Krishna Nam Charita Disita Pya Vidya Pito Pataptarasanasya Narochikanu Kintu Adarad Anudinam Khalu Saeva Jushta Swadvi Kramad Bhavati Tat Gadamula Hantri. It's a beautiful verse. So many Sanskrit words we changed. The holy name, character, pastimes and activities of Krishna are all transcendently sweet like sugar candy. Swadi, that Rupa Goswami says. Although the tongue of one is afflicted by jaundice of avidya, cannot taste anything sweet, it is wonderful that simply by carefully chanting these sweet names every day, natural relish awakens within his tongue, and his disease is gradually destroyed at the root. Good verse. And the two important Sanskrit words used in this verse, I'll discuss this while discussing Prabhupada's purport, but those words, Sanskrit words, are kramat and adarad. So adarad means respectfully and kramat means gradually, and that we will discuss. I think Prabhupada will definitely comment on these two words. Okay, let's see. Rupa Goswami says that the holy name, Prabhupada writes, the holy name of Lord Krishna, his qualities, pastimes and so forth are all of the nature of absolute truth, beauty and bliss. So, truth, beauty, bliss. What is this?
Krishna.
No, but the point is, see, one thing, when we read Prabhupada books, we have to understand. I told you, you can do this exercise. Which verse he is referring to?
Okay.
That is good idea. From which Sanskrit verse he is bringing this point. That Prabhupada always does that. So, his pastimes are absolute truth, beauty and bliss. His holy name, what's that? You know that verse. Nam Chintamani Krishna Ras Chaitanya Ras Vigraha
Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Abhinatmam Nami.
And also in Shastras it is said Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Satyam means absolute truth, and Shivam means auspiciousness. That is basically bliss. What is auspicious for devotee? Bliss and devotion. And Sundaram means beauty. Absolute truth, beauty and bliss. So Prabhupada exactly takes from there. So Krishna is Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Naturally they are very sweet, like sugar candy, which appeals to everyone. So yesterday we were reading pastimes of Lord Chaitanya like Shrikhanda with camphor in it. So similarly, here they say they are very sweet like sugar candy, which appeals to everyone. The point is, I was reading that when Prabhupada was in Vrindavan, in his last days, so his god brother, Krishna's Babaji, he came to meet him. And Bon Maharaj also came to meet him. Bon Maharaj, god brother of Prabhupada. And Krishna Consciousness told that Prabhupada and Bon Maharaj was sitting. So he told Prabhupada, you know English, Bon Maharaj knows English. You went to West, Bon Maharaj went to West. You are scholarly, Bon Maharaj is scholarly. You are disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta, Bon Maharaj disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta. But how is it that you have preached all over the world, but he cannot? So, Prabhupada was a little embarrassed, and Krishna Babaji told, because you have absolute faith in holy name. And you were sitting under a tree and chanting. Just so, and you have had faith that holy names are very sweet, which appeals to everyone. He had, and he did. He didn't think, oh, these foreigners, they will not understand anything. He knew the nature of holy name is sweet. It's like you give sugar to American Chinese, sweet. You don't put logic there, no? You just give them. So that's what Prabhupada is saying. Naturally they are very sweet. That's this word Prabhupada is using, naturally. That means it's the nature of holy name to be very sweet. It's the nature of holy name to appeal to a soul. Appeal to everyone means appeal to soul, not just mind and body. And that's why people like chanting Hare Krishna, no? Especially Prabhupada chanting, no? Prabhupada's cassette, Prabhupada is chanting. Everybody likes him. So who is singing this? So holy name appeals to soul, not just mind, body. Mind might revolt, but it will definitely appeal to soul if you are chanting with focus and with attention. And even without that. Nescience, however, Maya, illusion, however, is compared to disease called jaundice. That's what Prabhupada is bringing. But the point is, if it appeals to everyone, then why it's not really appealing to us? That's the point. If it appeals to everyone, if it appeals to soul, and I am soul, I am not this body, so why it is not appealing to me? Why it is bitter to me, or atheist? I don't like chanting. So that's the question. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says the same question in one of his books. He says, if Krishna consciousness is so easy, so spontaneous, it's a nature of soul, then why it's so difficult for us to do? No, there are two contradictions. So what's the answer for that? And the answer is this, Rupa Goswami is providing, that due to illusion, we don't feel like chanting. This is illusion, magic, misconception by Maya, due to which we think that holy name is not sweet. And Rupa Goswami gives example of jaundice. In jaundice, you have got jaundice?
Yeah.
In jaundice, sweet does taste bitter.
Bitter.
Like that.
But
So
still we take sugarcane juice to
yeah, but still we get. So it seems bitter. So holy name is now bitter to us. Chanting holy name sometimes seems burden to us. Holy name doesn't taste so sweet as a Hollywood movie, or maybe nice things to see, malls and shopping, and not like that. It doesn't seem sweet like that. Or maybe small children. Any small child comes, he looks very sweet, no? You take it in your embrace, but it doesn't happen with holy name. We chant, but that's out of order now. If that order is lifted, I think everybody chanting will be gone. We are afraid of offense, and we are promised, so we chant. Some kind of bliss we might be getting, but that bliss is not enough for us to inspire us to keep on chanting life after life. That's not that kind of bliss we are experiencing. So Rupa Goswami says, yes, we have jaundice, we are attacked by Maya, and attacked by jaundice, tongue of a diseased person cannot palliatively relish sugar candy. That's we understand. Rather, person with jaundice considers something sweet to taste very bitter, and that is why a mind sometimes, if we force and keep on chanting, mind will do two things. Either it will revolt, it will start producing nonsense thoughts, and if we still keep on chanting with force, it will say, okay, go to sleep. I can't tolerate, and you sleep. That's what mind is doing. Mind is an enemy now. So what to do? That's the question. What to do in this precarious position? Avidya similarly perverts the ability to relish transcendently palatable name, quality, pastimes of Krishna. And what the question is, how illusion can manage, how can illusion affect us that so sweet thing appears bitter? Example is given of jaundice, but that's an example, that's not the mechanism. Example is not the mechanism, that's analogy. So what does illusion does? Illusion actually puts us into avidya. Avidya means it makes us forget who is Krishna. That's what she does, because we want to forget. It's not her fault. It is our fault. We want to forget. Illusion says, okay, hey, come to me, I'll help you. And here. So we'll not only forget Krishna, but we'll forget ourselves. Because when you forget Krishna, you forget yourself. When there's no sun, you can't see anything, not even yourself. So that is avidya. She helps, she covers us by ignorance, and as soon as we are covered, we lose taste for holy name. That's all. We can't see Krishna, we can't see holy name. We forget Krishna as a master. And we start thinking we are our own master. And the nature of soul is to surrender, no? To serve. So it starts serving itself. So the trick, if we can always remember Krishna as a master, then automatically soul will want to serve Krishna. That's why it happens. It's like you keep dog. As soon as dog understands this is my master, it will keep on serving. No, they train him like that. No, like that. So illusion. So there are two types of illusion. So Maya, what she does, she makes us forget who we are. That is called avaranatmika. She covers us. And the second is she not only does that, but she also, there's another function, prakshepatmika. She throws us. She not only makes us forget who we are, but also puts some misconception that this matter is nice. So, okay, fine. If simply you forget yourself, that's one thing. But then why should I be attracted to this matter? So, she does two things. So that we forget ourselves. But the point is, if you only forget yourself, there are chances that you can remember back. But so that you don't remember, she will make you attracted towards this matter. And she will make so many nice things in this material world, so that you can keep on exploring. One after another, science, creativity, all these appear good, but they are trap of Maya. No? Skills. So we keep on doing research and we are entangled in this material world. No? So that's what avidya is. Avidya. What is the verse in Bhagavatam where Sukadeva Swami says this? That illusion makes us forget about Krishna. What's that verse? Anybody knows? It's a famous verse. Famous verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. You know Lalitangi Mataji? She is here.
Avidya, kama, karma, vi,
No. It is said when we forget Krishna, then Maya catches us. That's the verse in Bhagavatam. We are in Nectar of Instruction, text 7. So that verse is Bhayam Dvitya Viniveshata Syat Ishad Apitasya Viparyayo Smriti. So this is a very famous verse. Bhayam Dvitya Viniveshata Syat. As soon as Dvitya Viniveshata Syat, as soon as we think we are our own master, Krishna is not our master. I am different from Krishna. I am not a servant. Immediately, when Dvitya Viniveshata Syat Ishad Apitasya Smriti, we get fear. And why this happens? Because we forget Krishna under the influence of Maya. Tan Maya to avajetam. That's one thing. So that's a very famous verse, that Bhagavatam. You should always remember that. So despite this disease, if one with great care and attention takes to Krishna consciousness, chanting the holy name and hearing Krishna's transcendental pastimes, his ignorance will be destroyed, and his tongue is enabled to taste the sweetness of transcendental nature of Krishna as a paraphernalia. See? So holy name will help you to relish rasa, higher taste. That's why we are chanting holy name for tasting his qualities, pastimes and form. That's what we are doing. Just like Mahaprabhu, I didn't discuss, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he used to hear from Brahmananda Swarup Damodar, glories of Lord Krishna, He used to say, "Aar kaho, speak more, speak more, speak more." He says, "My ears are not satisfied." So that holy name will produce a consciousness where you will start liking Krishna. Otherwise, naturally, spontaneously, it doesn't happen with us. We forget him. Sometimes we don't like. Sometimes we are discussing, but okay, it's boring. A holy name will not allow us to do that. So Ramanacharya says, just like an attraction of a male and female, boy for a girl, that kind of attraction you will have for Krishna. That's the point. And that attraction never diminishes. Never diminishes, no? And will never diminish. In fact, that attraction is so strong that no matter how much bored you are, you start thinking, you'll get enthused. No matter how much tired you are, mind will become fresh. And that is why kings used to keep queens, to get enthusiasm, to get courage. No, that's why it is said, behind every man there is a woman. So they used to keep queens. In fact, when kings used to travel in battle, they used to carry, like they used to have females, these concubines. They used to have these females, so just to get boosted up, and mind is like full of hormones and all those things. So that's chanting a holy name. So as soon as you chant, it will enthuse you. And that is why devotee is very afraid, fearful to leave chanting. If you can once realize that with chanting of holy name gives us so enthusiasm to serve, and it makes us look Krishna very sweet, you will not leave chanting. That's the first stage. And the second stage is you will have fear to leave it. So that's how we engage fear in service of Krishna. That's all. If we don't engage fear in service of Krishna like this, if we don't fear leaving chanting holy name, we will fear this material world. Somewhere fear has to go. We will fear death. That's what Prabhupada is saying, that his ignorance will be destroyed. Ignorance destroyed means that you will be addicted to chanting a holy name in such a way that you will fear and you will become attached to it. And whenever you chant, you will have irresistible attraction. Whenever, not just sometimes, no, sometimes yes. And that is called as, if it is sometimes attraction, sometimes not attraction, then that is called as, what is that? Tarangarangini. Vishwanchakri Thakur. There is a specific term for that. Sometimes you are attracted, sometimes you are not attracted. It happens, it is like that, no? Sometimes enthusiastic, sometimes not enthusiastic. It goes like a sine wave for us, all of us. But why that is happening? That is happening because we leave chanting. We become insincere in our mind. We break that flow by our own stupidity, by doing such things which are actually not conducive to chanting, and a mind breaks. And that is why when Dhruva went to Narad Muni, Narad Muni said to Dhruv, you read Bhagavatam, Dhruv, you should always chant holy name. That's my order. Now you have come if you want to attend Vishnu. But mind you, don't break chanting. He says this. And that's why Dhruva says, okay, it's my spiritual master orders. So he stopped breathing. I don't have to stop chanting. So when this is stopping, so stop breathing. He was a good disciple. He took it literally. So
stop breathing will stop chanting?
No. Stop breathing will continue chanting.
Okay, so
he stopped breathing.
And
he was just, because breathing also you have to stop chanting and breathe. And then then defy orders of spiritual master. That was Dhruv.
Oh my God.
So the idea is, of course, we can't do like Dhruv. We'll die. But the idea is that's why Prabhupada says, if you want your ignorance to be destroyed, if you want that these sweet holy names appear sweet to you always, like a boy and a girl, that kind of attraction, then you should chant 16 rounds on the beats, innumerable rounds off the beats. Keep on chanting on your name, on your mind. Keep on meditating on holy name. That's one way. Chanting is one way. Meditation is another way. When somebody asked Prabhupada, I think it's in Lilamrit. Prabhupada was in New York, initially ISKCON, and they asked Prabhupada, so what you are doing? Prabhupada was chanting. Prabhupada, is there anything to do? Can we bring something? So Prabhupada said, yeah, I want a typewriter. So then Prabhupada said, yeah, if you give me typewriter, I will type Hare Krishna on it. No problem. And so that's another thing. You can meditate on holy name rather than sometimes you can just walk and you're thinking and just meditate. What is the meaning of Hare? What is Ram? Ram means Ram today. Ram means he who attracts his devotees or who gives pleasure to his devotees. Ram means Ramyate iti Rama, who gives pleasure. So how Krishna, why is he called Ram? How he is giving pleasure to devotees? That's meditation on holy name. In what pastimes he is giving pleasure to devotees? What he feels when he gives pleasure to devotees? That is meditation on holy name. Or maybe Krishna, okay, he attracts everybody. So how does he attract? What does he do that people get attracted? What weird thing he does that people get attracted? Or surprising thing. So when you meditate, then if you keep meditating afterwards in your mind, then when you chant, all these things will come in your mind as soon as you say Krishna or Ram or Hare. Otherwise you can keep on chanting and it'll like a mechanical thing, you're just trying to finish. So that's what Rupa Goswami is mentioning here. He is mentioning here that if you carefully chant these sweet holy names every day, kintu adarat, with respect. This is the word I was telling, very important. Anudinam. Anudinam means every day. Kintu adarat, but with respect. And respect means what? How to chant holy name with respect? Did you hear that?
Attentively.
Generally we say chant holy names. Fix your mind on holy name. Generally, Prabhupada says this, but Rupa Goswami used adarat. So one thing is with attention, and another thing is with this conception that holy name is my master. Krishna and his holy name is our Prabhu. That is why sometimes holy name is called Nam Prabhu. No?
Yeah.
Yes, he is a master, and when you are in his service, you should not think of anything else. That's the real respect. While chanting holy name, not thinking of anything else, that is real respect. So attention means this. If you have other thoughts, then actually your mind is not really respecting Krishna, the holy name. So we have to stop mind. No, respect him. Stop it. This is a disrespect. This idea of respect will allow you to actually fix your mind on holy name.
Yes.
Because that is inbuilt in us, no? We don't want to disrespect anybody,
yes.
at least. If we say, okay, concentrate on holy name, then you will not be able to. This concept of respect is there. That's why Prabhupada says that such a recovery of spiritual health, despite the disease, if one with great care and attention takes to Krishna consciousness, chanting holy name and hearing Krishna's transcendental pastimes, respect also means avoiding offenses. That's the idea, I think, which Prabhupada will come to this point. Then his ignorance will be destroyed, his tongue unable to taste the sweetness of transcendental nature of Krishna, his paraphernalia. Such a recovery of spiritual health is possible only by regular cultivation of Krishna consciousness. Sincerity, determination, patience, that means perseverance. Keep on doing. Never become demoralized. That, it's still, I'm like getting no taste, what's this? Keep on going, because Rupa Goswami promises. He says that, so it's true. They don't speak lies. And they don't just trick you. When he's saying it is possible, it's very possible, but if we apply ourselves. So when a man in material world, Prabhupada starts another paragraph. When a man in material world takes more interest in materialistic way of life than in Krishna consciousness, he is considered to be in disease condition. That's what Prabhupada defines as what is a symptom of ignorance. So how do we know that? Now why Prabhupada is bringing this point? Because sometimes we think we are not in ignorance. Because devotee's life is like we are 24 hours engaged, like we do work, programs, we are chanting, we are discussing chanting. So we don't have time to think. So we think, okay, we are not in disease condition, but we might be. Or maybe in India people think, yeah, we are devotees. But actually they are in disease condition. So how to know whether you are in disease condition or not? The point is, if you take more interest in materialistic way of life than Krishna consciousness, you are in disease condition.
Okay.
This is how you should judge. And so you have to see that in where you have more interest.
Correct.
Not just that, okay, I have interest here, and okay, that's good. I'm doing my materialistic life. Nicely it's going. Doing my Krishna consciousness nicely, so it's balanced, it's going on. But then you can't decide where you are in devotional life. You have to weigh them. Where you have more interest. Some interest has to be there in materialistic life. Otherwise you can't even live it, no?
Right.
So what's that verse in Bhagavad Gita? Application of Bhagavad Gita. Lalitangi Mataji, you know that?
Sorry, Prabhuji, I didn't listen.
Oh, you didn't
what
listen.
was it, Prabhuji?
Now I am saying that where Krishna says that that you should take some interest in materialistic life to live it properly. So he doesn't say you should take some interest, but he says you should not take much interest in materialistic life. And that verse is Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya pita chetasam. Prasak, that is prasakt. Bhog, don't be so much attached to bhog. But some attachment is required to live. If you are not, if you don't have some attachment, you will not eat food even. No, you will not even wear warm clothes in winters, and you will die. You will spoil your health. So some attachment is required to actually sustain our life in service of Krishna, and that's okay. To maintain our health. That's what Bhagavatam also says. No. Bhagavatam says, Jiva se tattva jigyasa, that verse, yascha niha karma bhi. So, Narad Muni says, yes, this materialistic conception, this bhog, is not for enjoyment, but for remaining healthy. That much you can accept. So ultimately we are engaging attachment in service of Krishna. Attachment in service of Krishna. That's how we are doing. And that's why this is interesting. You have to always see in your heart where you have more interest. You have to introspect in your heart. Everybody can tell himself. Even spiritual master cannot tell where you are. The Prabhupada says, nobody can give you a Krishna conscious certificate. You have to always see, okay, at this point of time, what I am feeling. That's what Bhaktivedanta Thakur says. Keep a track of your emotions. Interest means emotions, no? Okay. Emotions is devotion. Bhavana. To keep a track of your feelings. What you want more. So at this point, okay, fine. I want to chant also, and I want to enjoy. But what is more in your heart? And whatever is more, there you are. There you are. And that the more diseased you are. And that's what one of the poets, he says, that check your heart and throw away even the last traces of material enjoyment. Finish that. And so that's one of the poet, he says like that. That's what Prabhupada is saying. You see this balance, more interest. That's important.
Probably when you do those things in service of Krishna, because it's not possible directly to.
No, when you connect anything to Krishna, that is Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada is taking things which are not connected to Krishna. Materialistic way of life. That's a different kind of understanding, which is not connected to Krishna. But any materialistic life which is matter which is connected to Krishna, it's not materialistic life. It's devotional life. So that's the idea. So how to do this? How to get more interest in Krishna consciousness than in materialistic way of life? How to do that? Because materialistic way of life is quite interesting. It is interesting.
More service to Krishna.
If you go to Hollywood, it is interesting. What do you do? Go to Disney World. Anybody will like, no? So how to do that?
More service and more association.
Those are all universal answers. We have been hearing for so many years and still you are not able to do it. So trick is here. When you take more interest in materialistic way of life than Krishna conscious, you are diseased. So the point is you have to make Krishna conscious more interesting. If it is not interesting, you will not have interest. You can't say it is not. It is very interesting. Okay, you make khichdi. Yeah, Prabhu is so nice. Okay, fine, but it's not interesting. You can imagine, but imagination is not reality. So you have, just like Maya is making materialistic life very interesting. She's doing it. She's not just saying.
She's doing it, right?
She's doing it practically. Yeah. Inventions, this, that, theme laptops, theme parks, movies. iPhone, movies. So we have to do it, not just say it. And
how do we make Krishna consciousness?
Yeah, make Krishna consciousness interesting. Just like, for example, in Bhakti Vikasa, for example. So I think Pavitra Prabhu was asking me, in Bhakti Vikasa, people come, then they disappear, then they appear. So why it's happening? I told because it's not interesting. That's all. You have to make it interesting. You can't just bang on their head, no, it is interesting. And that is not interesting.
Play
Come
some
on.
Spiritual games.
Yeah, so like that.
To
have some different model in Bhakti Vikasa always. Not just you come,
same.
Small kirtan, lecture, Narsingh Arti, Prasad, Data Vaya. That's boring model. Maya will never do like that.
Yeah.
She's doing different things, no?
Right.
So similarly we have to do. So you have to think, okay, Bhakti Vikasa, sometimes you can do quiz in Bhakti Vikasa. So the idea is to make them learn. So they can learn in any way, not just by giving lecture.
Right.
They can do quiz. I do in our Bhakti Vikasas. I say that don't repeat. It's boring. So you can play quiz. You can do debates. Matajis and Prabhujis, they will like to defeat males. So that will be very interesting.
Yeah.
So we used to play games in child, no? All same games. These are children in spirituality. And everybody will like. Everybody is a child inside, no? Everybody has. So same things you can apply here in spiritual life. People will like that. And it will be interesting. And then, just as I say, prasadam. If you make nice prasadam, it will be interesting.
Otherwise it becomes boring.
And then you say, no, it should be interesting. You have jaundice. What jaundice? Come on, You can't just force anybody. You have to do it. Just like Prabhupada made Krishna consciousness interesting. Prabhupada said, I came to America and I hatched a plot. Prabhupada said, so I made book distribution. It's my plot. And that was very interesting to people, no? Americans are anyway adventurous. Yeah. So they are going here and there and doing so many things. Yeah. And that's why Prabhupada was successful.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Bon Maharaj, they failed. Because they were simply speaking philosophy. Krishna consciousness should be more interesting than materialistic way of life. So simply sit and chant. Come on. You're speaking theory. So this statement is very important. To take more interest in materialistic way of life than Krishna consciousness is considered diseased. So you have to make that more interesting. So you have to think. To think how to do that. For others and for yourself also.
Yes.
Not
Otherwise
just
you
for
come
the...
from office and say, oh God, so
Yeah,
tired,
what's
what
happening?
To do? Again, you have to read.
Yeah. So one way to do that is, for example, I'll give you example. How can you make it interesting for yourself? For others, okay, now I have to. You can think. For yourself, okay, how you can do? So you can, for example, if you're not feeling like to read Bhagavatam, you have to read Bhagavatam Gita. Start reading Mahabharata, no problems. Read something which is interesting. So then after office you will want to read Mahabharata.
Yeah, because stories and all.
Stories, no? And it's new. Something new. So that's interesting. Okay, when Mahabharata finishes, okay, now we'll start Ramayana. So that will keep up your interest. Otherwise...
Or maybe listen.
There's something new, creative has to be there. Right. You can't think, okay, after office I'll come and then 1 hour I'll read Gita and then Bhagavatam this chapter. You can do that, but it will not continue long like that. That has to be done, but before that something interesting has to be there, so that you go on the move.
Right.
So that's what I do. I keep on reading some new book, some interesting thing. So your mind looks forward to read that, no? Just like your Mahabharata.
Yeah, you're reading that.
So I always go in room and, okay, yes, let's read another story. Otherwise, if you don't have Mahabharata, if you don't have nothing to do, so you go in your room, so what to do?
Sleep.
You're thinking. And then when you start thinking, then illusion comes. Okay, I'll tell you if you don't know.
Illusion, okay, now.
Okay, you don't know, then I'll tell you. Where are you going?
Go watch TV.
That's the problem there. So make your life.
Or maybe go somewhere else also.
Whatever. So like I told you, if you want to read, go to library. Why do you want to read in this boring place always?
Yeah, same place really becomes boring.
It's boring. Change your place. Go to library. Sometimes go to park.
Yeah.
Do something.
Yeah, park would be good.
Anything. Do change your place. Change your time. Of course, not time of chanting in morning, but other times.
Also the association matters, for example, because the interest comes because somebody keeps...
Yeah, just like we have come. Association matters. So all these things are there, so you have to keep in mind.
Then they will come.
So with people, without people, you have to have a plan. You have to...
We'll not admire.
You have to have a plan how to make yourself interesting and think that. And the trick for any successful program is not that you know things, you don't know things, you're expert lecturer, or you're doing on time. It's not like that. The trick to make any program successful is to make it interesting.
Yes.
Automatically everything will happen.
Yes.
That's the trick.
Maybe have some video clips for Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah, sure. Like in Bhakti Vikasa, okay, today we'll see Prabhupada clip.
Movies.
Movie today we'll see. And then discuss something
on
that.
Srila Prabhupada.
There's so many now in YouTube. So many things.
Yeah.
Show anything random.
Bhajans.
You know what once I did? So I showed them 20 minutes a clip of Hollywood movie. I showed them. So, and then I asked questions on that. What is wrong in this? So apply your philosophy, and then they were thinking, that's application. It was quite interesting.
That was interesting.
So that's interesting you want to hear. So like that I think it's one of the very important statements which I liked, and it's practical advice. Otherwise we'll fall down. It's not interesting. That's why people write books. That's interesting for us.
Right.
We keep on continuing writing books and thinking, writing notes. Otherwise, what to do, What? That is why Prabhupada says, Krishna has given 9 limbs of devotion, not just one. Shravan, Kirtan, Smaran, Archanan, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam. You can choose anything. And it becomes interesting. Okay, fine, choose. That's why Prabhupada says in one of his lecture, Krishna has provided us with so many services. Cooking, cleaning. So you choose, apply your mind.
Yes, I like cooking. Sundays I do.
So like that. So it keeps your mind.
It is interesting.
Interesting, no?
Yeah.
In Krishna's service. That is why Krishna has so many services, not just one. So Krishna thinks that way. Maya is making so many things to create interest. Krishna also does from there. Okay, there's so many things, and as his follower, we should make it more interesting. Within that realm. So I can't help repeating this statement. This is the most important statement, I think, in Krishna consciousness. When a man in material world takes more interest in materialistic way of life, because materialistic way of life is interesting, that add in bracket, than in Krishna consciousness, because in bracket we don't make Krishna consciousness interesting, then he is considered to be diseased. Then we become diseased.
Yeah.
That's all. So make lavish prasad. That's one thing.
Mataji, are you hearing?
I don't know whether she's hearing or not.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So what did he say? Hari Bol!
Yeah, that's the point.
Now she's stuck. Now me.
So that's the point there, and I think we'll stop here on this point.
Yeah,
Let it sink in you. I'll not say another point. Anything else you want to ask? Otherwise, I'm stopping here. Yeah.
So, Prabhuji, I think for me, I need one full lecture on how to control the mind. Because somehow I always find a difficulty in controlling my mind.
No problem. It's a problem with everybody, and this is a trick. Why mind is not getting controlled? Because we are not making life interesting.
Okay.
You might be thinking of others, but not of yourself. There has to be two plans for how to make others' life interesting, how to make your life interesting. Then you see it will be like kids' job. Just like on that day, we went to park.
Yeah, I really liked chanting there.
See?
Yes,
Because you changed
we were
the place.
chanting here, and he said, "Let's go to the park." And then we went to the park, and he went on the round, and I was just sitting there having some heat, and I was chanting, looking at the lake, nice lake. It was really
Nice
good
chanting. See, so
nothing was coming in my mind. I was just
like that. So if you can simply apply this trick,
okay. So
no
make it
problem.
interesting, and
No problem with mind.
automatic
Mind will go where you have interest.
Right.
Mind, that nature of mind.
Yeah.
You can't stop mind. You can direct your mind, and that's what people don't do. People don't do that. So they can't do things spontaneously. It doesn't happen. Rupa Goswami, so in Vrindavan, if you go to 𝗪𝗓𝗪, there's a place. You know that?
उसमें क्या है? I've been to a lot of places in Vrindavan.
So that is there near Nandgram. In front of it. So there Rupa Goswami used to stay.
Okay.
And if you go, it's a very beautiful place. Rupa Goswami made a pond, trees. It's very conducive to mind, and they used to sit and chant and discuss, So that's good. So like that we have to do things. In one of our devotee in Patiala, he just knew and he started preaching. So he asked me what to do, Prabhu, So I told him, okay, within 6 months you should have 50 people chanting 16 rounds. He told that is impossible. I said, no problem, do one thing. Whenever you do anything, make it interesting. Think. So he thought of ideas, and then I also told him ideas. Within 6 months, we had 40 people chanting 16 rounds. Automatically, people started coming, liking.
Yeah.
So like that, you have to do for yourself.
Yeah, everybody likes interesting people.
Everybody.
People who likes.
Everybody. So do that for yourself.
Yes.
Like this. Some tips. Go to library, go to park to chant. Change place. Change books.
Yeah, exchange books also. Some interesting books are there.
You can exchange.
Yeah.
Maybe you read Gita for some time, then you can have a break. Start Bhagavatam if you find it little. Or it's not that just, okay, I have to finish this and so just be after that, and it doesn't happen like that. Or maybe read Mahabharata stories. Those are fully new for you. Different names, different stories. It's like movie. You're seeing a movie.
Once there was a long weekend and I thought that I would read the whole Bhagavad Gita. So I kept on reading, but I could not finish it. Then by the end of the third day, I said, no. That wasn't good because I felt bored,
Yeah.
The same thing, reading and all.
So like that. That's the trick. That's all.
It's true.
Okay. Any other question or we'll stop here. She.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very interesting class. Lots of things to think about.
Yeah, see, so I made it interesting. We all heard because I make it interesting. Otherwise, who will hear? Okay. Jai Hare Krishna.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.